Folks, hello and welcome to which one's
Not
this?
tavern chat.
Not having chat, not talking crit. What? Oh yeah. The Gamers Health Daily thingy majiggy. Welcome to Gamers Health. Oh, what
Oh
the
my
heck?
gosh. That is such a
At least I muted when that went on crazy on the outside there. That was like a time delay on it. I rebooted right before and I forgot that I had a window open. What can I tell you, Rachie? With professionals, don't try this at home. You know. Uh, but excuse me, pardon me. But we did not have a Gamers Health last week because we were at WizardCon, and I got my WizardCon.
very nice.
And actually, I can't believe it's already a week.
And I have some very special jasmine tea inside
Jasmine,
from Tina.
and we got some very special hot sauce.
Yeah, that we got in the
Rach, one we got a
I
pack
won
of
it
four.
in the auction.
Yes. And by the way, folks, if you didn't catch this earlier, I was the auctioneer because the auctioneer flaked last minute.
Not flaked. I guess he was sick,
He
but
claimed said they had COVID. I don't listen.
you know what? This was the auctioneer to have. He was
Hey,
perfect for the event.
well, we did learn one thing too. Don't schedule
Yeah.
games during the
That is a good.
during the auction time. People want to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, they would have wanted to really support the children's hospital.
yeah, it was, and they did. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
when they paid for their bids, they just rounded the money up, didn't ask for change.
Yeah.
It was very sweet. It was a really good atmosphere. But in any case, it was a really, really good time. But that's part of our topic for today because we're going to be talking about back issues and my back issue, which honestly, I hadn't had a back issue since last June, where my last back issue kicked off because I jumped out of bed while sleeping and landed on my back. Don't ask. I don't know how that happened either. Although I did know
I didn't do it.
I was dreaming that I guess I was a kid again jumping off my front stoop
Oh.
because you got to make all those stairs. I would never do that in my
Oh
adult
my
life.
god.
No, it's just
Stupid shit we did as kids, forget it.
yeah. But in my dream, it seemed doable, and I did it. And then I had back issues for a couple of weeks, including at North Texas. So hopefully this resolves before North Texas. North Texas, by the way, is in about a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those that don't know, North Texas is a bonanza of live streams. Okay, they don't get shortened. Like other conventions, I'm doing North Texas. We schedule to make sure we can do live streams. So
We even do gamers health down there.
it's like we even do Game with Health because that's how much we care.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were having way too much fun at. We have a lot of fun at North Texas, but WizardCon, jack of all trades, excuse me, master of none. It was like, oh, okay, the auctioneer is letting Don know the like literally hours before the auction, like 4 hours before, that he has COVID, tested positive, and will not be showing. Good luck. So, without hesitation, I stepped in. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to be doing auctions at North Texas or any of that stuff.
Mm-mm.
That would be insane.
We'll leave that to the professionals.
Yeah, the semi pros.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on that amateur wavelength, and we like it that way. So, but we my drive out there for WizardCon was supposed to be about 11 and a half hours, which I figured if we left early enough in the morning was going to be doable. We left around 8:15, 8:20 Thursday morning. And I was flying. Well, no, I was crawling out of the city. But once we got out of the city, I was flying and I was all excited. And then we're down to 80 and we get to Route 15 and it got to get off 80 because of sinkholes. So I don't dislike New Jersey, but fuck New Jersey. Just gonna get that out of the way. Sorry, Joe Block, if you
Yeah, it
catch
kind of
this later.
sucks.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. And that was right by Joe. We could have probably just dropped by Joe's house and killed time.
No, but
But
he was probably already. He was already
oh yeah, he was already on the
5 hours
road.
into his trip.
Yeah, he was already there. So and he gets to start after the sinkhole. What a wise man. So then of course 80 in Pennsylvania had lane closures everywhere. So it became a 13 and a half hour trip. But being the stubborn man that I am, and shall be, we made it that very same day, arrived on Thursday evening at the hotel. And I will say, Tina, welcome. I will say, the hotel staff, we mentioned this on the other live with Don and Tom, the hotel staff were, in my opinion, exceptional. They were very helpful,
Yes.
very much on top of things. Upper supervisory management, people that were calling the shots.
A
Uh,
bit out of touch with what was
Rach is
happening on the ground.
Rach is just being very kind. So, but yeah, but we had a very good time. Not just with the special guests, but just with the general attendees.
Yes.
It was good to see new faces that I don't normally get to see.
Mhm.
Because I'll be honest with you, there are people that I probably would have recognized if we were still going to Gary Con and Game Home,
Mhm.
but we don't. We're down to flying to one con a year, and that's North Texas. So everything else is East Coast stuff that we can drive, and it kind of changes, who you have an opportunity to interact with, to see, to socialize. So it was good to see some vaguely familiar faces that I hadn't seen in years, but it was also good to meet a lot of new faces.
That and the vendors were unique.
Yes.
Like the hot sauce people. Um, the soap. There was a lady who had soap, like little dragon eggs with. They were sort of like glycerin dragon eggs that you could see through. It was clear, and then you had like different colored like dragons inside made out of the soap.
Was she the one next to Rob Conley?
Yes.
She did much better business, I think, the second day of the con
Oh,
because she
good.
because she had that wall up between her and
Yeah, it
Rob.
looked like she changed
Yeah,
her. It looked like the layout was more open.
yeah. So, folks, I am not a convention expert, but honestly,
But it was nice to see local people
yes,
that had created things and
yeah. But if you are marketing or selling at a convention, not that Rach and I are experts at this, but we both worked retail before we found our full regular careers.
before we found our true dharmas.
And well, I worked in the electronics department. We worked right next to the display people at Stern's department store in Flushing. So I would interact with them constantly. Sometimes I would get dragged as an extra hand.
Right,
And
to create what they wanted to see.
right.
Yeah.
So we kind of have a little bit of, it's not queer eye for the straight guy kind of eye for this stuff, but we're a little bit in tune. So when we were doing the tables for Frog God, you want to make things pleasantly to approach. I mean, I should apologize to Rob. I tweaked Rob's table.
Oh
I
yeah.
couldn't help myself, folks. I couldn't help myself. But and most of the tables are actually pretty good. Um, hey TXG, yes, all is good. Much appreciated. Well, all is good except when we get to the back topic, we'll let you in on that. But I've already had to go in for a tune-up today. It's like, oh, geez. But I mean, so listen. Actually, this is our third convention for the year, and as hotel rooms went, it was a decent hotel room. It
Yeah, it was quite nice.
was
There was
nothing.
enough room to do your workouts. There was, because if you don't like going to the gym or like, I didn't see a point going to their gym because they didn't have a pool. So I was like, you know, um, and so, um, no, I was able to do my stuff in the room because I was come with a yoga mat and my TRX, and this time I came with resistance bands in case I needed those.
Tina, yeah, the soap lady was really cool.
Yeah,
She was excited to see the soap and cubes go.
yeah,
It was new to her booth and sold well.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's just it too. Right? You gotta adjust to your. I guess if you're going to a gaming convention, you're gonna sell differently than if you're going to an
Right.
art
I feel like
convention,
she made that for this convention.
which
She
was
was
good.
very intentional about it. That there were dragon inside eggs, and then like the little jelly cubes were cool because I think I see little miniatures inside it. It's sort of like jelly cube, meaning like if you use Lush products, there's like a product called Swoosh, and this product that she was selling had a similar scent, and it was clear, just like the Lush one,
Just like
and it's
Swoosh.
basically jelly. It's literal jelly, and it's funny because like you have to be careful how you use it in your shower because it can be bouncy and it's like swish, so it's kind of slippery. So you might be chasing it through your shower, so you have to usually take like a pinch off, but it's a fun product, and I think I see miniatures inside it, like I see the metal thing.
Okay, well,
Mhm.
hopefully it's not metal. Hopefully it's plastic.
Or yeah, something that looks like it's a miniature in
That's
there.
cool. So, um, we left on Sunday, and Sunday morning when I woke up. By the way, this just tells you how different people are wired. Rach, how did you like the bed?
I enjoyed that, but it was nice because you just sunk in
All
and
right,
it was
and
very soft and
and here's my response. I didn't enjoy the bed. Why? Because I sunk in and it was very soft. Okay, so just getting that. So when I woke up Sunday morning, I felt a twinge in my back. Twinge. And I was like, okay, it'll work its way out. And we went down, we had breakfast, said our goodbyes, and we got on the road. And then I think this was our first pit stop. It was because we needed gas at the first pit stop because I was still on the same gas that we had come down with.
Mhm.
And in the first pit stop, like were we just in Ohio? I guess we were just in
We
Ohio.
just crossed the border from Indiana into Ohio,
So and by
and we were clearly in Ohio. So
the roads changed. By the way,
the roads changed back to be nice from Indiana to Ohio. Indiana has shit roads, so like very bumpy, not taken care of well, and then so we thought we were good when we got to Ohio, and then we like went to the um
the
how do you
rest
say,
stop.
the rest stop, to use the bathrooms and whatever, and then on the way out, um Eric's walking like a little bit ahead of me, and
I paid the price.
yeah, so as someone with who's legally blind, I don't see depth very well, and so it can be confusing when there are many different colors and different kind of patch works, in a parking lot or in a surface. So
She misstepped.
so yeah, so like my shoe caught the like something jutting up a little bit, which I think it was lighter in color, and like I don't know, it was strange. So,
So-
like, it was hard to judge, like,
So then she caught something. So
what it was.
her foot caught that, and
So I'm like falling. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to fall. Then I like, I was like, oh shit, fuck, Then I like grabbed him, and then I went, oh my god,
well, here's the thing.
I'm gonna hurt him. I can't.
Rach didn't know that my back was already.
No.
She didn't. Not like I warned her. Not
Yeah, I
like
was
went,
like, oh shit,
Rach,
I'm gonna
I
hurt
have a
him.
bit. She had no idea. I wasn't gonna. I had no reason to mention it, but she did that, and
So I prevented myself from falling by grabbing his arm, and he,
Right.
he
unexpectedly.
wasn't braced for it.
I was
Yeah.
not braced, and then after that, I was like, "All right, well." And Rachel's like, "Yo, are you okay?" I'm like, "No, let's get back
I'm
to the
like,
car."
"Oh, shit.
And then I had to then I was like, wow, I have these heated seats I haven't been using the whole time. I should have been using them anyway. So I turned on the heated
do.
seats and we filled the tank and I'll be honest with you, it was a back twinge slash Tom, welcome. It was a back twinge slash pain that when the heated seats were going, Rachel's gonna pick up another die with her foot. I just know it.
I hear something.
And
I don't know what it is, if it's a die or not.
But just leave it, Rach. No, just leave it. Push it to the side.
I don't feel anything. I just heard a sound like a die.
And but whenever I had to get up, it was like so. But sitting down with the heated seat, at least the drive itself was fine.
While you were sitting, it was fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when I was sitting, it was fine. And I gotta say, I give a lot of credit to Rach because we were Pennsylvania is a big state, by the way. We were in
my god, it goes forever.
And we're in Pennsylvania. We got our last fill up with gas, and Rachel's like, "Don't you have a live stream to do?" Because Inappropriate Characters we rolled was kicking off at 7, and it was shortly before 7, and I'm like, well, we're going to be at the house in about 25 minutes.
No, we were still like 45 minutes
No,
out.
it's about 25. We got to the house by 7:20 and change.
Yeah.
So Rachel's like, you really should. Come on, they're expecting you. So
you should probably pull to the side and like set it up and get it going, and then.
All right, so this is the woman I have. Very good. And
well, especially since you told the guy you were going to be joining from the road, and he had a picture up of you in a car and
in a truck.
I was like, oh,
he's trucking.
Oh, or something. I don't know.
So
the context was driving.
So get it up.
So you have to, if you put the graphic up like that, and you better,
Yeah.
give it to them.
Elk of Antioch, by the way. One slip wiped out two oldies. Remember in high school when you jumped over chain link fences to avoid walking to the entrance? That would kill me now. Yes, amen. Yeah, no.
We were just talking about that before we came on. He was talking about like when he was a kid, he used to jump the steps.
Yeah,
and it's true, like the jumps that he would do and all the stupid things.
Like I can do it.
I was like, I thought I was the only one.
Death Angel Shadow, welcome. You haven't missed much here. So I get on and I get it all hooked up, and lo and behold, right as the show is kicking off, I'm logged in. I'm like, holy shit, it's working. Awesome. And then what happens? I'm doing about 45 and a 30, and I drive right by a state trooper in a parking lot who's positioned to catch me. I see him, and I'm like talking to the live stream, like, shit.
That's gonna be impressive when they pull him over.
Yeah, thankfully I didn't get pulled over.
No.
I was just like, New York plates speeding. This ain't gonna be good. And I'm not saying that I didn't do any speeding on that drive home. I did what I was trained to do in the emergency vehicle operators course back in 1996. And that was to maintain your speed with the speed of traffic. Don't exceed it, but don't impede it. So if the speed limit is 55 and everybody's doing 65, go ahead and do 65. Don't be the asshole that does something like, I don't know, 55 and everybody's doing 65. Everybody has to go around you. Don't be that asshole. Uh, Tammy, a little one was going to bed but caught you on the screen. She loves her Uncle Eric and Aunt Rachel.
Aww.
Uh,
Sweetie.
Me? She don't know me very well. Once she knows me very well, she'd be like, get out of here. So no, so I did a live stream, and of course, background noise. So like, we're gonna mute you, but hit the unmute button when you want to talk. And I'm trying to pantomime that I'm driving, and I can't hit mute buttons. On they figured it out when they wanted me to talk. They unmuted me, but it was good. Then we got to the house, and I set up, and it was
Yeah, you had me hit the thing to get you joined, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
yeah.
Because I didn't.
You
You
did fine.
keep your thing on the smallest setting.
It's not the smallest settings.
No,
No, just it's just
small.
It's not the biggest settings.
Okay.
It's not the M biggin. It's okay. It doesn't have to be the M biggin. But no, we had the ride home wasn't bad, and I only thing I wish is if I had had a heating pad on Sunday night, that might have been a little bit better.
And you know what? I also wish that
What?
Ohio left that shitty parking lot in Indiana.
Yeah, they imported that from the neighboring state. It's like, oh, we gotta. I mean, listen. Not that I'm an.
But all the way out there, we didn't have any kind of problem. Everything was like
Nope.
tight. Everything was like,
Yeah,
easily navigable.
yeah. No, I gotta say, listen. I am not a cross country driver. Before this, my longest drive was probably driving from. All right, New York City to Northern Virginia, just over the border. So
How many hours is that? Like 11?
No, it's probably 5.5, 6.
Really? To
Yeah.
Virginia from here?
Yeah, it wasn't all that bad.
Oh.
Oh, Elk. That's a good question, Elk. Here, let me put up on the screen. As an ex-internal affairs officer, but still an ex-cop, are you more likely or less likely to get a speeding ticket than a normie? Well, first off, I don't go, hey, I spent my time in IA. Even though I'm not ashamed of it, it's not going to come up in the conversation.
You're just going to hand them your ID.
Well, I'm going to hand them my driver's license and
see what they do.
and my ID, and let them
see if
take
they
it from there.
engage.
And,
Yeah.
And honestly, the less engaging, the better. But I'm not going to. And if they want to have a conversation, I've had it where they've wanted to have a conversation, and that usually means that the camera's turned off. It's not no official business is going on. We're just bullshitting, which is fine. I've also had it where I've been stopped by outside agencies within the confines of the city when I was still working, and I was like, "Dude, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not telling you what to do. All I know is that if you do write paper, you do realize that policy for your department and my department is." You must you must notify my nearest duty captain to respond to the scene.
But when you're retired,
retired until like
you were that they were just like inside the city. They were just like, oh, if you don't mind, just pull up there.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And then like he'd take care of the other ones, and then he'll come back to you.
So listen, you're not getting the just drive off. If they're doing, I've gotten caught in I don't want to say speed traps, but in speed enforcement zones where they are stopping everybody. It's like
I can't remember if it was the FDR drive.
No, it was the UN. So by the UN, there's this tunnel, and everybody speeds in this tunnel, which is like 3 blocks long. And there's a cop on the other end, and I got pulled over.
Yeah, it was in the context of him coming to get me from work.
Yeah, and just showed my ID, and he's like, "Boss," general term for anybody, a sergeant or higher. "Boss, if you don't mind, can you sit here for 5 minutes?" Yeah, I don't mind. You do what you got to do. It doesn't. By the way, the normies don't want to see somebody just driving off. Right?
No.
So, and if they were going to write me a summons, that's their business. I've never said don't write me a summons. I've never asked for courtesy. I just identify myself as to who I am, and when I was active, I was active. Now I'm tired. Um, did I know people when I was working that were assholes to everybody?
Oh, that
Yes.
sucks.
Me, I never wanted to write a summons. Not a moving violation. I never wanted to put points on somebody.
Mm.
If you were polite when I pulled you over, if you were an officer, do you know why I pulled you over? Because I was speeding. Well, yeah, you were doing about 62 and a 50. I'm sorry. Where are you going? Oh, I'm late for work. Can you do me a favor? Can I get your paperwork? And maybe I'll go back and I'll run it. But if I get all your paperwork and it looks good, just do me a favor, slow it down. I I was never one. 'Cause I hated going to traffic court.
Mm.
Hated it. I have that thing up. Hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I hated traffic court.
Oh, those were the gay. What were they?
Hated
Oh,
it. Love.
hated it. The gay movie reviewers.
Yeah. On Living Color or
I
something like
think
that. Yeah.
so.
But no. I if my best advice to everybody is if you get stopped, drop the attitude, be polite and professional with the officer. And trust me, most officers are looking for a reason not to write the summons. That being said, if it's a state agency and it's the end of the month, so if it's like a state trooper and it's April 27th, 28th, you might be shit out of luck because they might have to make their
Productivity
productivity numbers.
requirements.
Yeah,
Mm.
not a quota. Productivity numbers. Just gonna say. Uh, let's see. Death Angel. I got a Tennessee emergency plate because I'm a ham radio operator.
Oh.
Time I got pulled over here, got a verbal warning.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, like, my experience is down south. This is what I've been told. I've never been stopped down south, but there is less professional courtesy.
Oh.
That like agencies like sheriffs will pull over city vehicles that are speeding
Oh, among each other,
amongst each
like
other,
that are from there.
even those that are working.
Oh.
So if FOP plates, which aren't very popular up north but are more popular down south, apparently helps. But I don't. Maybe if I start driving to Tennessee more often to visit my son,
We'll see.
we'll see. Uh, Kim George, howdy you too. Howdy. But by the way,
Hi.
as an aside, I'm going to give you my opinion of vanity plates. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do a vanity plate. And what do I say don't do a vanity plate? Besides the fact that like 20 years ago when I was bored, I used to just run to C3PO. Who does anybody have that one? Oh, Skywalker. Let's hear Skywalker. I had a friend who had Veritech
What is that?
from Robotech. It was one of the
Oh, it's a game.
yeah. Well, it
Oh.
was a Japanese
Oh,
cartoon. But when you have a vanity plate,
so bad.
you're easier to remember. Whether it's easier for a cop to remember you as they go by you as you go by on the highway, or somebody decides that they're going to make a complaint against your driving. It's a lot easier to remember Jackass as opposed to George Paul Thomas 1 2 3 Oscar, right? Who's looking avoid vanity plates, just my opinion. TXG dad just got pulled over for speeding in a school zone. Mom works at a local school, and the officer gave them a warning.
Aw.
Yeah, again, the people that I gave summonses to essentially wrote their own summons.
Probably was people that needed to have it.
Right. When they, what the fuck are you telling me for? It ain't my fault. All right. Well,
Just yeah. The first statement was them not trying to take responsibility for what they had done.
yes. Death Angel, my emergency plate has my call sign on it. Nice. Glenn Hallstrom is in the house.
Yay.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, bam, bam. Glenn. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bam, bam. Glenn. So, All right, so I've mentioned that my back problem kicked in. I've had a back problem for a number of years. In my case,
Since I've known you.
yes, and I will tell
And I
you,
didn't do
no, Rachel
it.
didn't do it.
I
But
exacerbated it this time, though.
well, somebody had to. My back issues most likely are linked to wearing a gun belt. Okay, because we don't often think about it. But and I didn't think about it when I was wearing it on a daily basis on patrol. But when I came and went to a desk job and would only wear the gun belt twice a year at the range or maybe on details, you put it on, oh my god, you feel it in your hips and your upper legs and your lower back. And I do believe that that is where my original issues started. I could go back further to sixth grade playing chicken, where I was on somebody's shoulders as we were supposed to like knock people over.
Oh
And I did,
gosh.
and I was in the schoolyard and I did fall on my back. But or seventh grade when we had our homeroom in the gym, and one of the activities was pile on a rabbit, and I was
You were
piled
the
on.
rabbit that day?
I was piled. I got bruised ribs. I actually had to go to the doctor, and I had
Oh,
bruised ribs. So there's a lot of things that we could
yeah.
potentially say it's linked to, but I would say that gun belt is most likely where it is. Knee and hip issues for Glenn. Yeah,
Yeah, I have knee issues
I
and
got.
hip issues.
I don't have the knee issues that Rach has, so help me God. But I do have knee issues with my right knee mostly. I do feel that the weather comes in. By the way, we were supposed to get rain this afternoon.
Yeah,
It is now 8:30, and
nothing.
Alexa, when is the rain going to start?
Rain is expected around 10:30 p.m.
There you go. There's your
From
answer.
2 to 10.
It's gonna last.
30.
It's gonna last for days. We're gonna break out Noah's Ark.
Yeah,
here
we
in
are
New
going to
York.
need an arc in here because this thing's supposed to go through Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little
Yeah.
bit damp. Don't worry about it. It's just gonna be a little damp. So when we got to the Poconos, and by the way, it was strange having Rach work on my back without having the dog work on me too,
Yeah.
because she gets all excited that Daddy needs help, and I'm gonna help. And a lot of that tails climbing on my back, and then like licking the areas she thinks are painful, which is usually right.
Yeah, she does have a sense of, where things are tender.
Glenn, what are comb shots? I gotta ask you. Knees better with comb shots. Um,
How was it spelled?
comb, COMB.
Oh, is that like the steroid shots or the hyaluronic acid shots?
I don't know. I thought they were like something that I could get at the liquor store.
No, I don't know. I never heard of that.
Kim, have compressed disc in my back that caused me pain in my right hip and leg on and off.
Oh.
So I totally get it. Oh yeah, I went to an orthopedist who was like, "Oh, you got a compressed spinal canal."
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was like, eh? I'm like, and they had some degeneration in some of my discs. Death Angel, the only sidearm I have that I could carry would be a 22 caliber revolver. Not sure that's worth having a gun belt over. Maybe I want to get something with a little more usefulness other than plinking. Well, remember, I was carrying plinking targets.
Oh.
A 9mm. I'm a lefty, so 9mm on my left side. 2 pairs of cuffs because I was active, and sometimes a third pair of cuffs stuck in a pocket. 2 extra magazines, mace, gloves, memo book sticking out of my ass pocket. Nightstick hanging off the offside. Yeah, there was just a lot of shit. Especially if you were on a foot post. I don't know how the skinny cops ever got everything onto their gun belt. I didn't know how it fit. It's like, how do you fit all that? With a 30-inch waist, where does it all go? You need those extra 8 to 10 inches just to make it fit. But yeah, no, and it was a lot of walking. So you did feel it. It was felt in the hips. Injections of meds made from cock combs really helped with the arthritis.
Huh.
I love that. I love that. That cock combs, rooster combs, rooster combs. The comb of a cock.
You mean the hair that stick up?
No,
on
not the hair. They got that little like rubbery nibble.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but then he'd have to die to give you that.
Yeah, I don't think they can harvest them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Death things will hurt my back when I worked at Universal Studios moving cash straws. Twisting while bending over. Not good.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see that. So, and of course, I have heart issues, which means that
The
I can't.
NSAIDs pain relievers are not an option for you.
Right. I feel like they got blood thinners. I can't blood thin no more. So, Sunday, Rach literally just worked on my back with her fingers, and it helped. And the bed was a bit firmer in the poke, and I was in a hotel bed, so that helped. And the fact that I had heated seats on helped. And I don't think I succumbed to the tools, but we're gonna pop open these tools because these are
so these are pretty
miracle
good.
tools.
This is a check out this envelope they come in. It's like a fabric.
genuine pleather.
I don't think pleather. It's more.
Oh yeah, it's heavier than fabric.
So
But it's more
it
fabric
comes
than
with
pleather.
3 tools. These are basically muscle scraping tools, also known as gua sha in
So now-
Chinese medicine.
Now, by the way, this one reminds me of. I don't think you could take this one through
Airport
TS
security,
because I think they would assume that you would be using this for.
like a brass knuckles or something.
Yeah. But you can see how the curvature is. This would probably.
And this would go into like a knot, or maybe not into a knot, but like around.
I could see this,
Mhm.
Rich. Well, I used my calves used to be so bad. They used to
You know
spasm
what?
constantly.
This one is probably better for calves.
Well, I would just thought you would work it with that curvature.
You know what? You could use them anywhere you want them. That's what the joy about
This
them is.
this one looks a little bit like a boomerang, but I don't think it comes back if you
No.
throw it. This one might go through security.
Yeah. This one might go through security.
Oh, that one, yeah.
And
that
this
one
one's
will.
the best one that I've
This one
used
would go
so
to-
far. This is my favorite one.
I
I feel like it
again though you could use it as
it
a
has some really nice
martial
curves.
arts weapon.
And even like some people will use a butter knife at home. I don't like that because the butter knife has
Little ridges.
little serrated.
You can get them without, but most butter knives kind of double to be a dull steak knife.
So
Do they help a lot? I will say this. Oh, yes. When Rach broke this out,
yeah,
first off, when I tried to lie in the bed, the dog decided that she wanted to lie underneath me, as Daddy was trying to lie, and no, she's like, I got to be under you. No, you don't.
yeah. So
But-
I ordered these from Amazon a couple of months ago, just because I had seen about muscle scraping techniques to use to help your knees out. You don't ever use it on bone or anything like that, but like on your quads and around, the muscles around your knees. And what I found, these things really give a lot of tactile feedback. Basically the concept, from behind using these is that muscle scraping is something that helps to break up scar tissue. And what it does is like as you do muscle scraping, it helps to create an inflammatory response. Like, interestingly, this is the one time you want an inflammatory response in these areas. And that helps the body be able to produce more collagen and elastin so that scar tissue can start to heal. It's really interesting because we have our muscles, but then we also have this thing in our body called fascia. Fascia, um, like our muscles basically live underneath fascia. Like, so you'll have a layer of muscle, then come fascia, then some fat around it, then more fascia. So our body's just wrapped in this fascia stuff, and like
Fascia,
yes,
fascia.
and like the medical professor often would be like, oh, fascia is just like they never really study it. It's like, or until more recently they never really studied it. So they only just really started to look at the impact that our fascia can have around dealing with pain and around healing from wounds and things like that. And because the fascia gets scarring on it too, and so it creates these sort of adhesions where our tissues kind of stick together. And so the rationale behind using these type of tools is to break up that kind of stuff. So it was interesting when I went in on his back. um I could feel like a lot of small bumps, small ridges, things like that. Um, and these were really, I could feel it more than just like, manipulating with my hands. Having this small surface uh, was something that really was interesting because I could feel on the tool these smaller bumps, which are like sort of like abrasions and like scarring, type of situations. And then like as I've been working on him for the past several days, it is much less.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it'll kind of guide me to places I want to work in, those areas where's that type of tactile response. It's like, sure, I'm gonna go gently over like the smooth
Hmm.
areas, and I go gently at first so that I can get a sense of what type of response is where in his back. And then this way know where to focus as I go a little bit more deeply.
But and not
And I do
uh,
it in several different directions. So like these things you hold like at a 45-degree angle. Um,
yeah, bring it up. They can't see it. You know. Here's my arm, Rich. Do it on my forearm.
so at a 45-degree angle. And you start gentle. And then you work in as you start to feel any type of crunchiness.
And she's also
Um,
found like basically the muscle spasms, and I've seen her hit it, and then actually the muscle will roll, and
yes.
I can feel it releasing. And I used to go to physical therapy, and listen, the only part about physical therapy that I really cared about was the heat, and then
The
the massage,
electricity. Oh,
electricity, and with the massage.
yeah, yeah.
And um, when they did the gun was usually better, but the actual physical process, I think they used this tool once or
Okay.
twice, when I could actually feel and get that spot on muscle release. It was
Well, you know what it is? I think what it is that we're breaking up scarring like on the fascia so
right,
that the muscle can, because you know our muscles are supposed to be able to have enough room to glide underneath that,
right.
but it can get tight when you have where it starts to stick together because of the scarring.
So
on it. You know what I mean? And that comes from like many injuries. It's not that it had to be under a scalpel or cut in any way. You know what I mean? So
here's the other lifesaver. Now, I have a regular heating pad, but then I bought this heating pad of invisibility or full cloakness because it is huge. But what I like about it is I can sit in the recliner and I don't put it directly behind me. I actually use it so, hey, my right side is acting up. Use it so it heats my right side and my right back and butt. And that was on Amazon. I don't know, like $20.
nice pickup.
Nice pickup. By the
Especially
way,
because it's so huge, you can like kind of wrap it around your
you could.
you know.
I'm going to give away a few memberships because it's the new month. Might as well.
Okay. You know, and something too, like with the physical therapy, like these things don't replace like our need for different interventions from you know, like a physical therapist or your orthopedist. They're meant to work in conjunction with. So you know, also like being able to like making sure that you exercise too to be able to have
To keep,
more muscle support, like
and to keep,
especially in your core, in your bum.
but also it keeps your muscles loose.
Yes.
All right, like when you don't use a muscle, it tightens up, it
Yes.
atrophies. You don't want that, and usually the reason why when you move in a sudden direction, right, you feel that tight pain. You're using a muscle that you haven't used a lot, and that's why you're feeling that pain.
Right.
Because
And
it's an unused
sometimes too,
muscle.
like it can be because of weakness in that muscle.
Mhm.
Like my hips have arthritis and stuff. And I sat for years and years and years in my job as, you know, a therapist and, you know, a program director, you know, doing social work. Yeah, that a lot of that was sitting. And so some of those muscles do atrophy and you have to really work hard to keep them from weakening.
Now, the one thing that we haven't used yet, and we'll probably have to, is the gun. When I say
Yes.
gun, folks, I'm
We
not,
have a massage gun with different attachments on the.
yes,
I don't
yes.
know. What did you do with it?
Is it underneath your chair?
I don't know. I know. I just know that I had, you know, we can look.
I didn't leave this room.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
This is probably we've lost a couple.
Well, we've given to my parents,
Yeah, or
but we didn't.
somebody.
Yeah, but we didn't give this one away. This was a good one. This small one.
Okay. And it's not in here.
No, it's not in that pile. That pile is done with.
Okay. Yeah, like when we clean up stuff like around the house, it'll be like, oh my God, we were looking for this 3 years ago.
Holy crap, holy. It's a miracle. Don't eat anymore, but it's a
Yeah,
miracle.
we found a better option, but you know,
So, but
somebody could use it.
yeah. So, folks, if you were gifted a membership, the biggest advantage, besides the fact that we do polls over on the posting side of YouTube. So, if you want to participate in the polls, it's a free month. This is from YouTube. This is what they give to all the channels that have memberships. I can gift 10 a month. I have no control over who gets it. It just gives it randomly to people who are watching at the time of your live stream. You got to do it during the
Oh,
live stream.
cool.
But also, like today, I did a bonus video today. All right, I put up a video about Goodman Games putting out the City State Invincible Overlord as part of their original Adventures Reincarnated line. I thought that was timely news, so I put it out immediately. But if I'm doing videos that are not so timely, members get them right away. Non-members, subscribers and otherwise, get them usually the next day. So you get a little early access to some of the stuff. And like I said, There are polls that you can participate in. I don't have much in the way of my online store when it comes to products, PDFs. I already included a post that gave Twitter Wizard Continual Light out for $1 to everybody. As long as you go, you don't have to be a member to do it. But I got my Torchlight. I'll probably put those at discounted just for the members. Trying to also figure out what benefits the members would want. So now's your time to, I guess,
Put in your 2 cents.
put in your 2 cents, get a test drive. One thing I will be doing is I'm going to be doing. I didn't even tell you this one. Right? I'm going to be doing a monthly AMA, Ask Me Anything type of deal.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's going to be a live stream without a co-host. I usually do my live streams with a co-host.
Gotcha.
Right now, there is a poll up to. Hey, Don, welcome. There is a poll up, so if you, I'm asking what day I should do it on. It's like Sunday night, Monday night, random weekday afternoon, or basically a Sunday afternoon.
Or
And
we could do that for Gamers Health Edition too.
right, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. But this is going to be anybody can watch the video, but only members are going to be able to. If you're a paying member, if you're paying what, $2 a month, whatever, if you're supporting this channel, you'll be able to ask me anything, make requests.
I see.
So it's going to be once a month. That's going to
Got
be
it.
once. But right now, the members are going to tell me when's best for us to do that. Eric, you are allowed to take a day off. Done. I had off all these days last week where I wasn't live streaming.
He was in withdrawal.
I was like, update on the vertical and backyard garden, please, Tammy. All right. Indoor garden
Is banging.
is doing well. We have a stevia plant that's ready to transition as well as
From the
chives plant.
nursery into the big tower.
So now I got to put new stuff into the nursery, the germinating whatchamacallit. But we also have our
the
peppers.
big tower. Oh.
I forget what this. We got some big, long, light green peppers.
Yeah.
They are getting huge.
I can't remember what they're called, but
our peppers are
they look damn good. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're gonna be really
Our-
hot or
our peppers are doing damn good. Outdoor garden, I would have started buying soil this week, but with the back being as it is, I put it off. But next week we're going to start buying
and
some
I
soil.
think we should probably buy smaller bags. Fine
Yes.
if the price is a little higher, but just stuff
I'm
we
not
can
arguing.
get in there and have it be more accessible.
Right, but we're
and
gonna have
comfortable.
when we get the soil, we might have to go without the doggy cart in the trunk. It takes
Oh
up
yes,
half the
we'll have
time.
to put the stroller in somewhere else.
Somewhere else for the time being.
Yeah, we'll just
But,
bring it in for that
I'm
time.
looking forward to filling up our vertical garden in the back.
That's going to be so exciting. And I'm also looking forward to planting my dahlias, which are going to be happening in the next week or so because we'll be able to get the dirt. Unless we can order it from somewhere.
What? Death Angel, a member for 1 month, level the tavern's minion. You have to show Joe the lawyer milestone chats. He was confusing them from members only streams. All right, Joe's gonna listen. This is all a learning experience for everybody. Joe is now doing like 4-hour long live streams.
Oh my gosh.
He did it with Joe Block today.
Wow.
So, and I'm sure at some point I will be on one of them, and I will certainly make sure we stream it on this channel. So if you wanted, to become suicidal, you could watch it on Joe's channel and my channel. I know Joe does bathroom breaks. I guess he puts a little standby in for that.
Oh, I'm alive.
Yeah. Well, you got it. You're gonna do 4 hours. Everybody, amuse yourself. Enjoy. Oh my God! But listen, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And again, I've said this before. I've had discussions with other YouTubers, and Joe and I have an advantage that many of them don't have. Okay, and it falls under the idea of we don't give a fuck.
There you go.
Okay, I am not paying my mortgage. I am not making a car payment with the monies from this channel. I wish I was, but I'm not. But even if I was, I would still do the live streams because I have a blast doing the live streams. They are not the most profitable. We don't get super chats. I don't ask for them. And advertising dollar wise, they aren't as effective as the regular videos that I do. But I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it on Wednesday nights with uh, Mike and Jim, Thursday nights with Don and Tom, Friday nights with a random party, which we had Joe on more often with that, or Glenn, because we alternate. These live streams here on Saturday night with Gamers Health, the once a month inappropriate characters. I don't even stream that on my Rumble channel. All right, so this is not. I do it because I enjoy it and I have the time. And as long as my community wants me out there, and by the way, I was told by a very wise man that they were upset with me because my blog is no longer what it was. The blog isn't what it was because time moves, your community moves. All right, my community went from being very blog centric to most blogs not getting any traffic. I still have a blog, but when it comes to communicating with my community, it's here. It's these live streams. It's the videos that I record to give you the breaking news or give you a review. And I think that this is a very good medium for that. And I like being unscripted. That's this Rach. You gotta hear her when she drops something. And man, the curses that come out of her. Am I giving up any secrets?
Yes.
I
How dare you?
how dare I? There's a word that I can't even get close to it without getting demonetized.
No.
She's like, I never say that.
Never.
Never. The Irish in me never comes out. So, but yeah, no. So this week will probably be a lot of gardening, and probably a few tweaks to this channel. We shall see. Death Angel, that's the best streams. I'm a mod for a channel that's been around since 2008, still struggling to get the subs up.
Oh.
That's how I got to interview Heidi and Eric as well as Stephen Chanel. Just need more views. Listen, when it comes down to it, honestly, you got to do it like anything else. Okay, and I never see YouTube or any of these media as a zero sum game. Okay, it's not like if I have a video up that somebody else will not. And even Kickstarter and crowdfunding isn't a zero sum game as long as you're putting out good product. You put out good product, people will find you. If you put out decent videos, I don't think my videos are amazeballs, but I think they are honest, and I think they are crafted from that direction, and I think that's why whatever I don't know moderate success I have is because we're honest.
Mm.
And I had this discussion, by the way, before we sign out. I had this discussion at WizardCon with one of the guests at the bar. And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, I watch your channel. I watch Joe the Lawyers and stuff like that." All right, well, and Joe Block. They're like, "Well," I go, "Well, now that you've met me in person compared to the channel," he goes, "Oh, you're exactly the same." That's what I want to. Excuse my language. Fucking hear. You should watch these channel. Watch this channel. Watch the lives. Watch the videos. And you're getting authentic Tenkar. You're getting authentic Eric. You're not getting you're not getting a show for the sake of a show or to chill. So for good or bad, this is what you're gonna get. And Death Angel, thank you. Honestly, it's why I sub to you all. That's Joe. I've known Joe now for well over a decade, and my God, him on his channel is Joe.
Yes.
There's no two ways about it.
Oh yeah.
It is, it is pure
That
Joe.
is just the way it is talking to him in the bar, or
At a
at a
convention
con where we're sitting there.
or
Yeah.
one of our game,
Yeah.
one of our games. So that's keep it real. We like to keep it real. So
Mhm.
really, folks, I do thank all of you. No, Glenn, we're not going to be like Amazon workers and pee in bottles. I do have a pee bottle in the car though, just for an emergency. It's an expandable one because if you have more pee, you need to expand.
Is that in the trunk?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Kim, always appreciate the honest opinion. Well, I could give you an honest opinion on what I think is going to be fiasco with City State and the Invincible Overlord. Because
You're gonna give it right now,
huh? See, the long story short, unless I think Joe Goodman released this info, having somebody take pictures at a quote convention in their warehouse, but have these posters up showing their new release of the City State and the Invincible Overlord without a press release, because Joe wanted to get a feel of how are people going to react to us putting this out while there are still nearly 1,000 Kickstarter backers from the 2014 Kickstarter that feel like they've got fucked in the ass.
Didn't this guy put up so that people could get their money back?
Yeah,
Like that and it seems kind of stupid because it's like you have to do the work and request it, and it's like, dude, you are not operating with integrity here.
I personally, this is my opinion, I got no inside information to this regard, but it seems weird that you would allow these posters to go up and not make an official announcement with an IP like City State of the Invincible Overlord, especially when you know that the IP holder is a little. I'm trying to think of a good word here. A little. Oh God, what is a good word? I'd have to like a little. No, that's not a good word. That's not, I'm just trying to think a little. Well known at the moment for opinions that may not be popular.
For being a little hotsy totsy.
I'm just for being a little bit off the page. Okay, so Joe is usually smarter than that, so I'm just wondering. Kim, can't wait to see you guys at North Texas.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Kim, we don't have splash zone seats this time. They sold out too quickly. So we're gonna be sitting with all those regular people
we're gonna be in the steerage section.
We're gonna be in the steerage section. That's okay. Stefan will be there too, so that's okay. Don,
Stefan is going.
I don't know. Whenever he does, he doesn't get the splash section. Don, me and Tina will be at North Texas, anxious to meet more people we usually see online. Yes, Angel, are you going to do Mythicon this fall?
Where is
Chuck
that?
Chumbo suggested both Mythicon in Charlotte and Mythicon West in Asheville in the spring.
Oh, in North Carolina.
That might be this. I can't say I can't say yes. Right now we're doing ShireCon in September. I just got us our Airbnb.
And that one is in September too?
I don't know.
Oh.
But we got our Airbnb for ShireCon. ShireCon is the last Friday and Saturday, I believe, of September. We got 3 nights because I want to have an extra relaxation day up there in beautiful Northwest Connecticut. So, Death Angel, for you, that's probably a decent distance to go for your first con, certainly. So, all right, folks, on that note, I probably need to go to my heating pad soon. My back's doing better than I expected, just saying. On that note, if you're a new member, please go to the polls. Vote. I'm going to try to put up a poll a week. Even if you never renew it, that's fine. You get 4 weeks where you can get some input. Use it to your advantage. ShireCon is in Connecticut. Northwest Connecticut.
Yeah.
So for us, it's about a 3 hour
I
and
think
a
it's
half.
called Canaan.
Canaan, yes.
Not New Canaan,
but
but
Canaan.
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 Yeah.
So, Glenn, adios. And I'll let you know, Glenn, tomorrow what day we're doing our afternoon live this week. All right.
Thanks so much